Hey folks, welcome back here to the VegasDon channel. We're here on Bonanza and Pecos. I've heard it pronounced both ways, and I've had folks in chat. There's Desert Pines Golf Center, by the way, right there on the corner of Pecos and Bonanza. And I've had some very vocal supporters in favor of both pronunciations. So in an effort to just, make sure that I don't upset anyone, we'll just make sure that I'm pronouncing it both ways. We're all about good vibes on this channel, so want to keep everything copacetic. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe as we cross Mojave Road. And this is 30th Street here. We're going to make a left here on the 30th Street. Lots and lots of calls for service in this area, guys. Lots and lots. And it's funny because as I say that, I mean not funny as in haha, but it's interesting because as I say that, I see a ghetto bird up in the air out to our west, just west of us. Lots of property crimes, etc. up and down these streets. Here off of Bonanza, in between Pecos and Eastern, Pecos and Eastern. These apartment buildings, lots of bars on first floor windows and doors that you see here. And we'll go ahead and get out of here. And even the little utility building right there looks like it has a gated door on it as well. I guess that's been broken into a few times. Property management company doesn't want to take any more chances. But it's one of the things about the east side of town for some reason. And everyone, I get a lot of comments from you guys, and everyone says kind of the same thing, $3.26 a gallon for regular unleaded over there at Rebel on the corner of Mojave and Bonanza. But yeah, everyone kind of says the same thing every time. They're like, the east side has always been that way. Okay, I get it. It doesn't mean that it always has to stay that way. They could do like neighborhood beautification projects and really work to enhance things around here if they wanted to. There just has to be the will, and I'm not seeing that will. I don't know that it even exists. This is going to be Wardell. Oh, we got someone in the crosswalk here. So we'll wait for them to cross. We have a wash and shop over here, it says. I don't know if that was like a liquor store at one time or what was going on there. I'm gonna go up here to 28th and make a left. I have a lot of folks requesting 28th and Bonanza, telling me to come up here and take a look at 28th and Bonanza. So here we are. We're gonna go ahead and see what we can see here.
Bluetooth
there is,
mode.
this is McKnight is over on the other side of the street there. There we go. And there's a box truck that's been all tagged up here on the right. And the number streets, they say once you get into the number streets, the letter streets here in town, it really goes downhill fast. Well, we're into the number streets now. And so this is 28th Street. I don't see anything that looks terrible just yet. Well, we do have, I don't know if someone's living out there in that field. This is Cedar. Here, 28th and Cedar. Make a left here. Okay, and you stay. Speed limit of 25. We've got someone out here. What are they doing? Washing cars? Okay, yeah, they're washing cars. This is Julian Street, named for Dr. Julian Bashir from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the TV show. Just kidding. So this is Julian Street, just east of 28th Street, right off of Bonanza. And I'm not sure, it looks like someone might be camped out there. And yeah, so this is funky here. So it's like a one-way sort of. You come up here to Walnut, and that's Bonanza right up there. Walnut and Julian. Make a left here, head back over to 28th Street. I'm sure it becomes a lot more active after dark when it's not 120 degrees outside or whatever it is out there right now. Car says 106, which isn't terrible, relatively speaking. So we've got some, let's see, let's make a right here on the Cedar. And some buildings here, apartment buildings on the right. And there's a lot of calls for service in that complex too. Ooh, let's turn this around real quick. Show you guys that. So that's the interstate right there, Interstate 11/US 95. And it's an elevated interstate, elevated expressway, which we've heard a lot about in the paper here. They've talked about how elevated expressways in urban areas tend to be racist because they're only located in areas with people of color. I'm just reporting what I've heard. I'm not saying anything either way. So we're going to turn in here. So again, right here off of 28th Street and Bonanza. Lots of calls for service in this area, guys. And this is a pretty small little community. They really piled in these buildings. But apartment B is spray painted over there on the right. And make sure I've got no one behind me here. And then letter D is spray painted up there on that building. It's yeah, I can see why there's a lot of calls for service in this area. It's very dystopian. I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna back straight out into the street here. Yeah, so these buildings here definitely could use a little maintenance. And again, you know, it goes back to that whole broken window theory thing, right? Which is in law enforcement, which says once a window gets broken in a neighborhood, people just kind of stop caring. If that window doesn't get fixed, people just kind of give up and stop caring. And whether that's the case there or not, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Drop a comment and let me know what your guys are thinking. Looks like a yard sale or something going on there. Selling a microwave. Also, please check out my wife's channel, Cinnamon and Jupiter, here on YouTube. She does some awesome astrology and spirituality videos. And even if you aren't into that sort of topic, if you could still like and subscribe, it would really mean a ton to us as we try and get her off the ground and going here. Really appreciate you guys helping us out. Oh, okay. Wait for you. That was Eastern Avenue right there, so that has a major interchange here off to the left with the interstate. And again, Cedar. Lots of calls for service in this area. It's in here among the numbered streets. You can see the houses on both sides here. Lots of on-street parking. And that's another thing too with a lot of these neighborhoods is you get a lot of on-street parking because of the cost of living here. A lot of folks just can't afford to live on their own anymore, so they all, you know, kind of pile into one home or one apartment or whatever. And it's very unfortunate. Also, please check out my buddy Mike, VidsFromMike here on YouTube. He does some sensational sunrise and sunset drone videos that you do not want to miss. So please check those out. I hope we're selling some rims over there. We approach 19th Street. Want to thank you all so very much for being here. And as always, remember here on the VegasDon channel, it is the journey where what happens in Vegas stays right here on the VegasDon channel on YouTube. We'll see you next time, folks. Thank you guys so very much.